Learning English doesn't have to be boring. In fact, it shouldn't be. Stories help your brain remember grammar, vocabulary, and natural expressions without effort. When you listen to a good story, you pick up English the way native speakers do, through context and emotion, not drills and flashcards. It's learning without feeling like you're learning. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to LingPath, and hit the bell icon so you never miss one of these immersive English stories. Now let's dive into today's adventure. I got tricked into taking a VIP tour at the pyramids. Jason had always wanted to see the pyramids. Ever since he was a kid, he had imagined standing in the desert, looking up at those giant triangles of stone under the hot Egyptian sun. So when he finally booked his flight to Cairo, it felt like a dream coming true. He arrived in Egypt with his backpack, a big smile, and a camera ready to capture everything. After spending one day wandering through the busy markets and trying his first plate of koshari, Jason woke up early the next morning, full of energy. It was Pyramid Day. He took a taxi to Giza and arrived before the heat grew strong. The Great Pyramid stood tall in the distance, surrounded by golden sand and the sound of camels snorting. He could hardly believe it. As he stepped out of the car and began walking toward the entrance, a man in a white shirt and sunglasses waved him over. "Welcome, my friend," the man said with a wide smile, standing next to a cart with water bottles. "Are you looking for a real experience?" Jason hesitated, unsure. The man continued with charm. "The regular tour is for tourists. But I can show you the real secrets, no waiting, no crowds. A VIP tour, just for you. Very special price." The word VIP echoed in Jason's head. He looked at the long line near the official entrance and thought, maybe this guy was offering something different. The price was higher than he expected, but the idea of skipping the line and seeing hidden places tempted him. So, he agreed. The man led him through a narrow path around the edge of the complex. They passed a few quiet guards, and Jason felt like he was entering a secret part of history. After a few minutes, they reached a small gate. The man waved to someone, gave a small tip, and they walked inside. At first, it seemed impressive. Jason stood alone in the cool shadow of the stones, hearing only the wind and the crunch of his footsteps. But as they moved on, the VIP magic started to fade. The man kept pointing at regular sights and giving strange explanations. He said things like, "This is the king's private mailbox," while pointing at a hole in the wall. Jason wasn't sure if he was serious. Then, they reached a spot with camels waiting nearby. The man smiled again. "Now you ride to the special viewing point. Not included, but necessary for the full tour." Jason was already deep into the experience, unsure how to say no. So he paid again, more than he wanted, and climbed onto a camel that smelled like it had been working for 10 hours straight. The camel ride was bumpy, and the view, while beautiful, looked exactly like the photos from the regular areas. After about 20 minutes, they circled back to the road. The man waved a hand toward the main gate. "And here's where we finish. VIP exit." Jason got off the camel, his wallet a lot lighter, and realized something. He had just paid triple for a tour that wasn't official, with no real guide, no ticket, and lots of strange facts. But somehow, he wasn't angry. As he walked toward the real entrance, he passed the same long line and smiled. He may have been tricked, but he had a story to tell. Later that evening, Jason sat on the rooftop of his hostel, drinking mint tea and watching the sun drop behind the pyramids. He thought about how easy it is to get pulled into things when you're excited and in a new place. But he also knew that he would laugh about this moment for years. And while Jason was trying to make sense of his VIP adventure, you were learning English in the best way, naturally. You picked up phrases like waved him over, tempted him, magic started to fade, and wallet a lot lighter. You learned how actions build suspense, and how small details add personality to a scene. And you saw how storytelling teaches more than just grammar, it teaches rhythm, tone, and emotion. That's the power of stories. You don't just learn the language, you live it. So if this story made you smile, or reminded you of your own travel mishaps, make sure to like this video, subscribe to LingPath, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments, have you ever been tricked while traveling? What happened? Share your story and practice your English at the same time.